Alright guys, we are at Gingerman Raceway with GLTC once again. This is the third GLTC race I've attended. I missed the start with the GoPro. I turned it on too late. So we're headed into turn 4, I think it is here. This was my first time at Gingerman Raceway. And my first time on aero with this car, so lots of new stuff going on here. I had 2 practice sessions the day before, and then I had 1 practice and 1 qualifying the morning of this race. I qualified 35th out of 48 cars, which is not that great. Wasn't too happy about that. So I headed into this race. I knew I was in the back half of the pack, and I knew I wanted to try to make up some spots. But I also knew that the car was what it was, and I could only go so fast with it. I was struggling with front end push in a couple parts of the track. I'll show you when we get to it. Through here the car felt really good, always, no matter what setup changes I did in that last turn, the car could really grip. Same through here, no issues going through here. Now this type of carousel-like turn, the car starts to push out a little bit, and I did throughout the weekend I tried a bunch of different things to try to get it to the nose, to dig in a little bit more. But at this point, I hadn't made too many changes to the car. A few changes, added more angle to the front splitter, and took a little bit of angle out of the wing. I was messing with tire pressures a bit, trying to get the back end to rotate a little bit more. This part of the track is, you can hear me waiting on the throttle through there. Just felt like I couldn't really get on the gas. The car with the aero was quite a bit heavier than at Watkins Glen. I think we added, let's see if I can remember this, about 100 pounds, 120 pounds of ballast because of the aero. So just so you know, in its SPEC E9X tune, it weighs 180 pounds less than this. So it's 180 pounds difference between the GLTC SPEC and with the aero, and the SPEC E9X SPEC. So I got around that S2000, the yellow one that I was following for a couple laps. 2 more S2000s in front. This part of the track was fun. You had to really trail brake it in, all the way in, and go as far to the right as you can before trying to get on the throttle real early. And then there's a big hole over here, so you had to make sure you didn't miss that one on the right. Through here the car felt good at turn in, and once I started to give it throttle, it starts to push out. So I would early shift a little bit, and then try to be really patient through here. Keep that arc. Left a little bit of an opening, and I took the chance to just kind of put it in there. And the one thing that's good about the E90 is it definitely has some straight line speed. It's just the mid-corner speed where it struggles a bit. This was a pretty cool event, one of their festival events with, I don't know, thousands of people camping. You can see them all on the left. Then they had a big stage, a bunch of artists, DJs, food vendors, you know, clothes and random other vendors. I like that part of the track. If you get it wrong, it kind of sucks, but when you get it right, it feels really good. This is the part that, you know, I struggled for grip. And as the weekend went on, I figured it out. Yeah, see that my line was wrong there, so I really had to wait here. And you can see the guys in front pulling away. If you get the line wrong, it really hurts your speed going into this turn. Try to make it as straight a line as I can, so I clip that little bit of grass there before headed to the left side. I think the arrow helped the car grip in that specific turn because it felt hooked up right there. Same through this one. Even though they're slower speed turns, probably 60 miles an hour, hear the tires if you listen closely. The car has stock sway bars, front and rear, and the rear one's tiny. The big one's, the front one's not that big either. So I'm working my way up, starting to catch these guys. Have them on my side to the left, and there I cleared them. Little bobble there on the throttle. Got on a little too early and had to lift for a second. Early shift, and then just a little bit of patience here. can see the car in front pulls away. The way that the E90 is set up, I could get on the gas soon enough, and I felt like I could do a little bit of a slide there. I felt like I could get up and catch some of the guys in front, but I couldn't pull out of the turn, out of the corner at the same time as they could. And it's not because of rear end grip. The car has plenty of rear grip. It's more because it would start to push towards the outside of the turn if I get on the gas too soon. A little bit of a slide there, just trying to keep the car planted and trail brake it in all the way into that turn. Try to get real close to that cone on the right. Again, my line's a little off, so I'm struggling for grip and for throttle, and look at the Corvette, he just pulls away even more. So not having the knowledge of the track and knowing exactly where to put the car, well, I knew where to put the car. I kind of have an idea where to put the car, but I don't have that muscle memory of that comes from doing multiple, hundreds of laps at a track. So it's hard to, something you got to think about every single lap when you're at a new track, and you make one little split-second decision where you get on the brakes too late, or the car's a little bit too far to one side or the other, and then you suffer. It changes your line, it changes everything. Basically, ruins your chance of running a fast lap. Pretty cool Evo. I think I bought I forget his name, but I think I bought my Watkins Glen ticket from him. This was his first weekend out with a new car. See the back end slide a little bit at the entry into that turn. It's kind of off camber, and if you get offline, it's real slippery. Not much grip at all. So I've maintained my distance between the guys in front. Haven't been able to close the gap. That was the last lap. The white flag, so I know this is the last lap, and I'm fortunate because I'm kind of in no man's land in the sense that nobody's behind me, and so I don't have any pressure, and then it's just me trying to make my marks and make up time on this guy, this Corvette that's in front of me. I think his name is Adam Ulrich. Adam and Colton Wade is up there also. So in this race I made up 8 spots on Race Hero. I think it was 10 on paper, but 8 actual spots. Got a little loose there, and finished in 25th position. So pretty happy about that. started in, qualified in 35th and finished in 25th. That was an easy pass right there. I'll take it. And that is race 1. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll jump into race 2 in a second. So, race was on Saturday. I had overnight to think about the car setup, and make whatever setup changes I wanted to. I knew I needed to be quick in the race, so you can see me trying to move up as many spots as I can. I had an open spot right behind Lena, so I made up a few spots there on the braking zone of turn 1. Kind of got boxed in right there between the C46 and the Miata. I didn't want to put it in right there at the apex, so I gave him some room. Had another car on the outside, so I kind of stayed on the inside. When I gave it some throttle to get out, he may have hesitated a little bit, and I gave him a little bump right there. If you're watching, I'm sorry. I went over to try to find him a couple times in the paddock, and I couldn't. The car was always in his paddock spot, but the driver wasn't there, so I never got a chance to talk to him about that. But the car's, I think I put a little scratch on his bumper, and it bent one of my splitter rods. Other than that, everything was okay. So they go too wide into turn 11, and I get a run on him because of it. Lena's right there mid-track. Good spot to be if you don't want somebody to go in on the inside. And then I get stuck on the outside, so I lose some grip out here and have to wait to get on the throttle, and he pulls up. I tuck him behind him because I don't want to go door to door through this section. Ringing out the revs right there. So the car felt a little better for this race. I watched a bunch of video the night before, so I figured out this part of the track a little bit more. As you can see, though, they're still pulling away from me. And I made some setup changes on the car, some changes to the rebound. The Öhlins that I have, the SPEC E9X Öhlins, are rebound adjustable and not compression, even though when you adjust the rebound, it adjusts a bit of compression. So if you stiffen the rebound, you're going to stiffen the compression a little bit, which I didn't want to do for understeer. And then I also added a bit of rake to the car, just try to get the front end to bite. You can hear the tires. It was pretty hot out. This race was at, I don't remember what time it was. Maybe around 11. good through there, even though I had to hesitate for a second. Again, you hear the tires. Early shift, try to stay to the right. But the car pushes, so I end up offline and then wait for throttle. By the time I can get on the throttle, they pull away a little bit. So I'm able to make up some ground in the braking zone. Basically because they're going door to door. And stay behind the E46 and make up a position on that Corvette. Oh, this is real slick right there. The Corvette goes off. I almost go off. Look at this, no grip. The car, you can see the car up there in the front. He blew up. So he laid oil all over turn 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Or was it just 1 and 2? Yeah, 1 and 2. And that's why we were all sliding all over the place. So I made a position on the Corvette, and then I lost a position on this gray E46, which looked like a pass under yellow. But I don't know. Trying to be patient. I don't like it. I don't like being patient there. I think I had a car right behind me in that section that went off. Going through there. You can rewind it. So lost some ground on the cars in front, but I seem to make it up a little bit in the braking zone. Again, the car feels really good through there. You can see the oil slick here on the right. By now, 48 cars have driven over it, so it's not that slick anymore. And behind me I have a car putting quite a bit of pressure. But not enough to need to run any defensive lines or anything. Just gotta make sure I hit my marks through here. That looked good. But the car behind just pulls. He's right there. Look at that. Lost a spot there. Just went wide and lost grip, and I think that's a Colton E46 M3 with the LS on the inside. He makes the pass, and I lose 2 spots in 2 turns. Not cool. Still slick there. Probably still some oil on track. The last 2 times we went through there, we slid a little bit. Hesitated for a second on the throttle and lost a little ground. These guys are going door to door, so that's good. Kind of make up some ground there. Check up a little bit. Keep it nice and tight at the apex here and try to get on this gas as soon as I can. But he's pulling. So the E46 goes wide, the other E46 passes him, I stay left. And make the pass on him. He's still there. Okay, cleared him. So trying to keep up with Colton's E46. This is the slick part of the track. We'll see how. Ooh, still slippery. Trail brake it in, throw it in 3rd gear, get on the gas early, hit the apex and throttle out, and don't go off track there. That's what's going on in my brain. Again, sliding a little bit, early shift it, be patient on the throttle, and there we go. Now I can get on full throttle, but look how much ground I lose right there. So I have some work to do on the car with the car setup to get it to be a little bit better in those kind of high-speed sweepers. More like a mid-speed sweeper. It's the first time in, what, 3-4 laps I can take that turn nice and tight. Again, you can hear the front tires a bit. Really waiting on the car. Let's turn 10 through here. Looks like the last 2 laps the car has slid, the back end has slid a little bit at turn in turn 11. So my fast lap this race was a 1:43.0, which was 0.6 seconds faster than my qualifying time. So I'm getting better, the car's getting better, I'm learning the track. 1:43.0. And for comparison, P1 ran a 1:39.6. So about 3 seconds faster, 3.5 seconds faster. That was Jeremy Swenson in the Corvette. P2 ran a 1:39.5. And I guess top 10 are all running 1:41.1s and faster. So let's see. Yeah, 140. Top 15 are running 1:42.2s and faster. So a 1:43.0 puts me in 21st place. Woo! Almost lost it there. And that's it. That was the last lap. That last turn 11 was wild. The car got pretty sideways. But that was it. Let me know if you like these videos. And I'll have 2 more races in a few days.